I just wanted to. I think this is a good counterbalance, or like a way to reduce some of the euphoria in people about Bitcoin. Again, I am very bullish Bitcoin, but you kind of want to inoculate yourself against late cycle craziness. And I think Bitcoin maximalism, while toxic, and I've written about this and talked about it a lot, I think at this point, right now, it's actually quite a decent medicine, right? Like fighting poison with poison or something like that, right? And so a lot of the points that I've heard from Maxis recently, I think are good to consider as we hear from the sailors of the world, and even I think like David Bailey talking about like all this, the Bitcoin treasury and all this kind of stuff. It's good to keep this in mind. I want to start by saying that I wrote about how Bitcoin maximalism is dead, and it's a good thing it's dead. I wrote about it a couple of weeks ago. I still stand by that, but again, doesn't mean that it has nothing to offer and that we shouldn't listen. So anyway, I'd like to shout out one account in particular. His name is Predator. He's a Bitcoin Maxi account on X, and he has consistent kind of maximal takes as it pertains to the Bitcoin ETFs, to governments buying Bitcoin, right? These strategic reserves, and for this new Bitcoin treasury kind of thing going on here. So here, I don't know which you're showing the first one. Here he's talking about something that I think is concerning and should concern people who have like strong crypto ideals and are perhaps maximal in their thinking. He says Saylor's new favorite thing to post. Saylor's new favorite thing is to post charts that convey Bitcoin as the second best asset. Quote, my stock is better than Bitcoin, and end quote, and quote, there's no second best is affinity scammer double speak. And so Strategy and Saylor have been kind of boasting about Bitcoin. For example, you can see this picture, Bitcoin's returns versus Strategy, formerly MicroStrategy's returns. And this really is kind of should be maybe head scratching if you're like a true crypto enthusiast Bitcoiner, right? And if you scroll down, Graham, he followed up with a comment, right? And look at that, right? Strategy is fully torqued Bitcoin, right? Basically saying that in a different way of interpreting this is don't buy Bitcoin, buy Strategy, or Strategy is levered Bitcoin, or something like this. I don't know, man. This, if you really are kind of in it for the tech and not just for the number go up, this kind of thing to me would be make you go, huh, interesting. And so I really like this account, Predator. He's actually come at me before, but he was pretty nice about it. And so I respect what he's doing, and I appreciate it. So I would follow his account and stuff. I think I personally disagree with him, though. I have, you know me, I'm a kind of a pragmatist. I think he's kind of fighting a losing battle. He's an idealist fighting a losing battle, and I've always thought that it would go this kind of more corporate way, Bitcoin. Who's owning it? Who will own it? Who will control it? But I do think that what he's doing is important. I don't know if you have any thoughts on all this.
Not really. It just, yeah, of course, Michael Saylor is going to shill his stock. Doesn't he have like a fiduciary responsibility to do that?
But I think what he's talking about is the kind of perhaps hypocrisy of saying there is no second best when he's talking about Bitcoin.
Okay, yeah.
Right. And then he's directly comparing Bitcoin to himself, to his own company, and his company is better. Right. And that's the thing that should make you go, right.
Yeah.
That's the
thing.
You
could argue that he's just saying that, or he is truly aligned with Bitcoin, and just like he's figured out this way to get more of it via his company, and that's what makes his company so great.
Yeah, I mean, again, I'm not saying he's necessarily doing a bad thing. I do think it should make you, like I said, take a step back and go, what's really going on here, right? Like,
Yeah.
At the very least, it should make you pause and consider, I think.
Yeah. By the way, just had a thought, which is that actually MicroStrategy's rebrand to Strategy is
Annoying.
one of the few cases. No, I was just going to say it's one of the few cases in my opinion of like that's actually a really good rebrand.
Really? Why is that?
Yeah. Well, because first of all, like that's what it is, the strategy, right? And I don't know, like most rebrands, like I still call X Twitter half the time, but
Yeah.
I've already pretty much moved to calling it strategy, and also like if you all the other companies who are engaging in the strategy, they are kind of marketing for strategy.